All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the start of this month's ore project. What you see in front of you are 5 rock samples from Quartzite, Arizona, and this was provided by 48 State Prospecting. His channel is in the link, or excuse me, in the description below. And this is where we're going to start at. There's a lot of iron staining, lots of inclusions and mineral formations in here, and sulfides it looks like. So here's a good look at that. What do you think, Prospector L?
Gold.
Gold?
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be able to crush all of this for the first video, but we'll definitely get started on it and smelt it down and see if we can get some precious metals. So take a good look at all this good quartz material and stay tuned. We interrupt this important time lapse to show you a little bit about what we're doing here. This is the big chunk, and there are fissures and fractures going this way and this way on this side. We have this better showing of those coming across this way, so there's a definite break here, and we're going to want to come across this way because we have two or three different contact zones this way through the rock too. So there's some host rock, which is this greenish rock, some irons in here. There's a lot of rusted out iron, quartz, and then whatever other sulfides and stuff's locked up in this. Here are some of these other pieces that we've been breaking off, and there's some like caliche material in there, a lot of iron staining, a lot of iron in this. It's very, very irony. And then quartz and some other stuff. So that other stuff is hopefully some precious metals. These rocks are very heavy. Like I said, it does contain a lot of iron. And there are some green stainings in here, so we're probably going to see some copper associated with that as well. But yeah, so these are what we're trying to break it into. So we'll go from big ore sample to crushable rock that we'll use for our little hand stamp mill. And then once they're about, this size or less, we'll be able to put it into the crusher and get it into a fine talcum-like powder. And that's what we use to do our smelting. We will pan this off and then maybe just do some direct smelting to see if we see anything different. But that's kind of the plan. We have a lot of this material. Down one bucket, but all is well when it's coming into the ore game. Nothing's safe. Huh, Prospector L? He's getting after it, so we won't stop him. Let's watch him crush up this rock, and then we will see you when we're done. Alright, so what you're looking at is pretty much all the top rock that we've crushed so far. We have this giant boulder, and I have an idea for it. And I will get into that next. And a little bit bigger little pieces we haven't finished. So here is what my plan is. In this fire pit, I have tailings from the year 2000. And they're all the heavy magnetics and stuff like that. And I've been having fires in it and all that throughout the winter and springtime. Haven't had any in a while, but I've been trying to roast those black sands. So what I'm gonna do is have one more fire And I'm gonna put that big rock in the fire, in a pan, in the hopes that it breaks apart. I know I'll lose some and splinter out some, but I'm just trying to get some cracks to form. And then I'm gonna scrape all this dirt out. And I've got a couple buckets of tailings from this year so far, full. And I'll backfill it with that, and we'll start roasting those heavy black sands and see if we can crack some gold free. So we'll see if we can get some gold from the fireplace via gold ore, and then also from just having fires over the black sands over the year. So we'll check it out. After crushing up some rock, we start doing some early classifications.
Look.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the start of this month's ore project. What you see in front of you are 5 rock samples from Quartzite, Arizona, and this was provided by 48 State Prospecting. His channel is in the link, or excuse me, in the description below. And this is where we're going to start at. There's a lot of iron staining, lots of inclusions and mineral formations in here, and sulfides it looks like. So here's a good look at that. What do you think, Prospector L?
Good.
Gold?
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be able to crush all of this for the first video, but we'll definitely get started on it and smelt it down and see if we can get some precious metals. So take a good look at all this good quartz material and stay tuned. All right, Prospector L is getting some rock crushing done, and I start breaking up the big rock as well. All right, we're gonna give you a little update and to slow you down with the time warp. That bucket's empty, right? Okay, so in this bucket we have our -20 mesh material, and that's what we managed to get -20 via hand crushing, and just that's all right. Don't let them do that. This is what we've been able to do via manual crushing. This is over here in this bucket. We have +20 mesh all the way up to +1/8 inch. And then in here, in this bucket that we're going to run through the crusher, as well as some of this stuff here, but we're going to do it separately. We're going to do this first initial pass on this +1/4 inch material here in this bucket, and that's what we're going to do on the first round of rock crushing. But before we do that, let's get a base weight of what we have collected so far before we get rock crushing. Ideally, we would get this down to a talcum powder, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to go 20 mesh, pan it off, and get the heavies, and then smelt it. So right now, we have 1.2 pounds, 1.3 pounds almost, of -20 mesh. And that's what we're going to start with. So we have 1.29 pounds, 2.8 pounds of -20 mesh. Like I said, we're gonna run the plus 1/4 inch down through the rock crusher, several passes, and then we will sift it down and then combine it with the plus 1/8 inch all the way down to plus 20 inch mesh in this bucket. Combine that and then run that back through it again. And the goal is to have all this material be able to pass through this 20 mesh screen before we pan it and smelt it. So let's get into it. All right, and here we've got a time lapse of Prospector Jimmy and I crushing up some gold ore. Watch out, stand over here.
I want to see.
I know, stand over here though. I don't want you getting blown away with all this dust.
I want it. Right here?
Yeah, that's fine. Well, like right here.
Here comes the dirt. Oh, here comes in the water. Here comes the dirt. Can I see down? What? Oh my gosh. Can I get it in there?
Oh, no. Sorry.
Now can I do my legs?
Yeah. You gotta wait though for Mama. Eat your lunch, bud.
I'm done.
Oh, okay. Can you wait a minute while I get this emptied?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a lot of rocks to crush.
Yeah, we got about 4 or 5 more passes to go.
And these are the,
Look how well that crushed all that rock though.
are these the ones that crushed rocks?
Yeah, that's the one I fixed. I had to weld it up.
Why did you have to weld it?
Well, it came undone.
That's not good.
Mm-mm. Oh, that's okay. Let's keep her on going, huh? What do you say,
Yeah.
Prospector Jimmy?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
Okay, so what we've got is, let's see, it says 1,100 grams, a little bit less, a couple grams less than that, but here, we'll top this off. So I have almost a little over a full kilogram of ore that has been crushed to at least minus 20. Most of this looks like it's quite a lot less. Got it down to that talcum powder, which is what we're looking for. And this will be a good sample size that we're starting out with. Because again, we've got, all right, someone doing the math, we got 1,134 grams. Oh shit, this is milliliters. That's the same on the scale.
Dad,
Yes, son. Here, hold on 1 second.
panning takes a lot of time.
Yeah, 1,174 grams. Let's recheck that.
Dad, that takes a long time to pan.
You're right. Got a little wind kicking up here, not wanting to be friendly with the scales. Come on, wind. There we go. And we're going to pan this off and use a snuffer bottle to snuff up all the heavies. We'll mix up a charge and smelt it. Okay, someone writing this down, we got 1,062 grams.
Dad,
Yes, but 1,062 grams.
I want to do it right now.
We will. All right, so we're gonna get some water mixed up and get a pan going, and we'll see it right after this. All right, I've reweighed our ground up gold ore, 1,208 grams. We're gonna pan this down, suck up the heavies, and burn it up. Do a little bit at a time here. Saw a lot of iron looking material in this ore. A lot of rust, a lot of bugs. Saw a little bit of green. So a little bit of pyrites as we're getting deeper, but really this is kind of like the outer crust of this ore sample that we have. So as we get deeper, we might see the numbers increase if we see any results off the bat here. Yeah, we're not guaranteed there's any gold in here, but we're sampling and seeing. We're doing a little assay here. We're going for the dark material here. We want the black sands and everything that looks dark. It might not look gold, but it needs to be dark in color for sulfides and stuff like that. That's what we're after here. So I'm gonna keep panning this down. We'll put you in time lapse and get towards the end here. All right, well, we overheated there. We moved it into the shade. Here's the first snuffer dump. We got this pan here. We're gonna keep going. We've got about half of our concentrates here, so we might intermittently lose the camera, but I'm gonna keep going, and we'll get it when it's cooled off. So let's keep going. All right, well, a little bit of technical difficulties, but we have all of our concentrates down here. Look at all that. It's really pretty dark. Got a little bit of layer of quartz on top, but a lot of fine, dark stuff underneath, which is what we're after. And we're gonna get this drying on the grill. I've seen a little tiny speck or two of something that looked like gold, but that won't really show up if we smelt it, I don't think. We need a lot of those. So there's all of our cons. Get it dried out, mix up a flux, and get it roasted, or not get it roasted, but excuse me, we don't need to roast it. Richard B, thank you for all your tips. But we're not gonna roast this. We're just gonna dry it real quick. Then we'll mix up a a charge. Cool. All right, take a look at this material here. We got it all fully dried out and it's pretty dark. Those are just spots on the grill, I believe. Yep, those are just spots on the grill, so it's dark underneath it. But it is pretty dark in some areas. All up in here as well. All right, we're gonna let it cool off a little bit and then we'll get a weight on it and then get our charge going. All right, we got 44 grams of bismuth. There's our charge. Is that a good mix? Too bad anhydrous borax is not around anymore, man. I'm telling you, I missed that stuff. I know you can make it, but it's just not the same when it's pelletized. It's that dense pellet. It takes up a lot less space. These little things smushed up real nice. Get all this stuff out of here. A little bit left there. There we go. All right, there it is. I decided to use a different crucible. I want to use a bigger one. Don't want a chance boiling over. Scraped and cleaned this one out all the way. Only thing that's been used in there was a little bit of, what did we do? We did a smelt and we got a little bit of copper out of that one a long time ago. But copper will oxidize if you use that as well as a collector metal, so. Well, I mean, you got all the time in the world for cookies. I think I might add a little bit more. Yeah, let's go get some more. to the races. Here we go. Oh, that was almost bad.
Where's the netting? Oh. Get, you stay in. Wow, where'd the rugs go? Did you clean them?
I do not like this flux mix recipe that I just tried out at all. Did not work. We're gonna have to give it a different go because that ain't gonna work for me. That was an unsuccessful pour. So we're gonna have to revisit this here in a minute. I know what's going on here. Problem is, I am out of borax, and that's what we need. Got all kinds of metals up on top here. But this is gonna be a bismuth recovery operation.
Dad, can I come up?
All right, this is take 2 of our 48th state prospecting gold ore sample run. Got our anhydrous borax with all of our original smelt down in there, and we'll be adding some more borax to get this thing pretty damn full to reduce all the other heavies. Yeah, but little piece of bismuth right there. All the rest of it's down inside. So we're gonna get this thing fired up, melt it down, and hopefully we get some gold. All right, we're now at the final step. We have our bismuth collected. We've got our tabletop furnace heating up. What do you say we get this bad boy oxidized and see if we've got a little tiny button in there somewhere? We'll see that next. She's working. All right, let's check on it. It's been a little while now. Oh yeah, it's still reducing down. We had a lot of bismuth, but we'll keep it going. Hopefully we can see, I see some different I see some different colored metal on the top, which usually is a good sign of some sort of. See it? Let's see. Yeah, when you see the convection currents and there's different colors of metal, that's generally a good telltale sign, but we'll see. All right, here we go, the moment of truth. Are we gonna have anything in here? Let's see. There is something there. Let's get it turned off and cooled down and see what it looks like. There is, or yeah, there's one little tiny shiny bead in there somewhere, right there, the dark spot. So let it cool down, and we'll check it out. All right, well, here's a real close-up of what we got from this smelting experiment.